Hey everybody, it's Michael from Stop, Drop and Play, and I'm here with the second part of my Let's Play of Metal Gear Solid. So I'm just after beating Revolver Ocelot, the Arms Tech President Kenneth Baker is dead, and I was instructed to contact Meryl, who is the Colonel's niece on the codec. So I have to leave that area because there's a lot of interference and can't use your codec. And this is a pretty cool part of the first game actually. You were told to contact Meryl by looking at the bottom, at the back of the CD case, and lots of people were confused, like, where do I find the CD case? It was actually the case you bought the game in, you know, the box that comes with the game, and there was a screenshot on the back with Meryl's codec number, so it's 140.15. I always remember that now. So there's Meryl. So I'm gonna run over here now. I have the second card, so that'll open up a few more of these doors for me. In this one is the FAMAS. It's a fully automatic rifle. There we go. That's going to come in handy later on. So I'm crawling there because there are, on those red strips, there's actually infrared beams going across that will set the alarm off. And it will alert these bad guys to my location. I'm going to run along here now back to the elevator. There's a trapdoor. The elevator's there for me, no need to use the two-press trick. So I'm gonna go down here now. It's important to ring Meryl before you leave the area, or else you'll have to ring her and then leave this area and then go back again, because it takes a switch of areas for actually to open that door for you. So door's open, I'm gonna run down there and to another hallway full of infrared beams. Now this is a tricky part. You can use the thermal goggles, which is the best thing to use, or you can use your cigarettes, which the smoke will highlight those beams for you. I'm gonna run through. I always take it nice and cautiously here. You know, it's an older game. Sometimes the controls can be a little bit off. Sometimes when you're running, you might run a little further than you wanted to. So it's always better to take it handy going through there. We're gonna go through here now into the the canyon. Put on my thermal goggles there. Now all of those are mines, those little red spots. I'm gonna ignore that codec call. It's just somebody telling me that there's mines there. It's actually Deep Throat, who is an informant, a mysterious person. You don't know who it is. I remember the first time playing this game, the year it came out, playing this part of the game actually, I was blown away by the cutscene that follows now in a second, which I'll be skipping. And then the boss fight, it took me a little while to actually figure out what to do, because as you see now in a minute, you're fighting something very large, an M1 tank. So I didn't really figure out what to do. Best thing to do though now is throw a chaff grenade. That will disrupt the main cannon on the gun, allowing you to get in really close. But back when I originally played it, I didn't know to use a chaff grenade to stop it. So I just kind of kept getting killed over and over for a few minutes. Then I decided to leave. So don't throw a grenade there like I did. You're aiming for the inside of the cockpit of the tank, and don't do that either. I got too close and run over a little bit. Snake will be fine in a minute. Now, perfect. No, that's not perfect either. I kind of missed, so that's only going to damage him a little bit. If you get a direct hit into the cockpit, you'll take off half the health bar and kill one of the soldiers. So this is going to kill him here. There we go. Now, if I hadn't already hit him already, it would have taken off half his health. So it takes 2 grenades to do the same amount of damage in that respect. So here's the second guy. Let's see if I can get it in. And no, didn't get it in that time either. So as you can see, don't do what I'm doing. There we go, got it in. That's gonna kill him. Now, next area, we're in the nuclear warhead storage building. But what I always like to do here is you receive the level 3 card after defeating the tank. So I always go straight back. It just cuts a little time out of the game, because you're gonna need the Nikita launcher which is a remote control missile launcher, for a portion of the game that's coming up in a few minutes time. So I may as well go back and get it now instead of running ahead and having to come back then. So it's back to the armory I have to go. As you can see, I'm flicking on my thermal goggles here on and off, just being a little overly cautious, I think, in case I missed a mine. It's been a while since I played through the game. So I'm going to go back in here now into the lovely hall of laser beams. Again, you'll see I'm being very cautious. Well, not as cautious as I was the first time. So basically, if you hit one of those laser beams in this area of the game, it's game over basically. The doors will lock down on you and gas will fill the room, so you'll be dead fairly quickly. Down to B2, back to the armory. No elevator music. A bit disappointing, isn't it? So avoid the trapdoors as usual. Here's the Nikita launcher with 8 missiles with it. These guards are incredibly smart, as you can see now. He doesn't think to use the alarm or anything like that after he got knocked over. It was probably just the wind. So basically just back down to where I came from now. Back through the laser beams. There's actually one point I always make. Oh, I'm going to actually go in here and get the SOCOM silencer, which I should have done a lot earlier. Missed him there. Break that guard's neck. Yeah, as I was just about to say, it's an interesting point when you think about it. If there was to ever be a remake of this game, another remake after the Twin Snakes, of course, on the GameCube. If there was to be a remake of this game, should they add a few new areas to the game? It's something I normally have a debate about with my friends when we're talking about Metal Gear and remakes in general. Because when you look back at this game, there's a lot of backtracking involved. Going back to the armory a couple of times to get different weapons and everything. So should they add a few areas to the game, considering these days you can have a huge game on one disc instead of back here you had two discs for this game, which with all the backtracking considered wasn't actually that large. So back in the snowfield now. That's an interesting point though. If you'd like to chime in on that, let me know in the comments below. Still with the thermal goggles on, I'm not sure why I did that. I obviously got rid of all the mines. So back into the nuclear warhead storage building. This is actually a very annoying part of the game. The next room will end up being as soon as we crawl through this door, as you couldn't use your weapons. They were automatically turned off. You couldn't use them. This is what the codec call is about that I'm about to skip. Yes, it was quite annoying, especially considering the enemies could use their weapons, and yeah, that was very annoying. So I'm going to hide from this guard here. There's not a chance he'll see me anyway, where I'm hidden there. And as soon as he turns away that way, I'm going to run up the stairs. Now I'm on my way to the second floor to find Hal Emmerich, who's the designer of the latest Metal Gear in this game. So he'll obviously know how to stop the launch. Down to B2 we go. Now this is the part of the game where we needed the Nikita missile launcher, because as you'll quickly see, the floor is electrified in this next room and it's filled with gas. Little cutscene there with a codec call that I actually forgot to take out of the game. Take out the video. So we fired a Nikita down here. Take a right. Take another right. You're gonna hear a little alarm there. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just the little gun cameras. As long as you're going at full speed, they won't hit the missile, and it won't set the alarm off either. So you want to destroy this panel. That'll stop the electricity on the floor. There we go. Nice little explosion. Be able to run down here now. Wait for the gun camera to turn. And there we go, we're into this next room. Sounds of slaughter ahead there is. So wait for that to finish and move in. And there's a lot of dead bodies. Now we're coming to the end of the video here, so I'll say goodbye. Tune into the next video to find out who's after killing all these guys, and you know, maybe I'll fight them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.